Defendant Brian Horvath is suing his roommate for property damage and vet bills. Brian says the defendant has a history of public intoxication and once even walked into his neighbor's house thinking it was his own because he was so drunk. Brian says he trusted the defendant to watch his dog, but in the end, his apartment was destroyed. Defendant Robert Sabo claims he no longer feels comfortable at home because he says Brian has overreacted and he simply forgot to lock his dog's cage.
All right, the plaintiff is suing his roommate for property damage and a veterinary bill. State your case, Brian.
Your Honor, I'm suing my roommate today for property damage and unpaid vet bills. Bob's history of public intoxication and blatant disregard for others is the real reason why we're here today. I've known Bob for about 10 years, ever since elementary school. He's lazy, he's dirty. I refer to him as the character from Peanuts, Pigpen. There's always a cloud of dust following him wherever he goes.
Don't trash pigs. I have that.
Sorry, Your Honor. We've never been really great friends, just acquaintances.
But you move in together?
We were looking for another roommate for our house that we're renting, and he's friends with Mike, my witness and roommate.
Robert's friends with
Mike is a mutual friend, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Thank you.
As a testament to Bob's public intoxication, last year the three of us were at the bar, and Bob can't handle his alcohol, and we started drinking. Bob's pushing and shoving his way out the bar. Mike and I are protecting him so he doesn't get beat up. And we sent him on his way down the street to walk home. And we found out the next day, Mike spoke to our neighbors. I guess they're around 1 or 2 in the morning. Bob comes home, tries to get into their house, mistakes it for our house. The husband comes downstairs.
You have a drinking problem?
No, I don't think so.
You're going in the wrong house and you're trying at 1 in the morning and you don't have a drinking problem?
It was one night, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he insisted to get in. He insisted to be into this house. The owner came downstairs and said, "You live next door," and his response was, "I'm coming in."
That was.
Is that true, Robert?
He said, "You live next door," and took me next door into the house.
Did you walk? Please tell me you weren't driving.
Yes, I was not driving.
All right. Okay. Tell me what happened.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to say also that I work as an archaeologist. I'm out of town.
Glorified hole digger is what he is.
He's a glorified what?
Hole digger.
Hole digger? Wait a minute. Are you an archaeologist?
I have an archaeologist. I do dig holes and sift through it looking for artifacts.
Do you have a degree in archaeology?
Anthropology. Archaeology is a subdiscipline.
Okay, so you have a degree in that.
I do.
So why would you belittle his career?
Well, half the time he doesn't even work. He sits at home and lays on the couch for months at a time.
What's it like living with them?
Robert, what
is it like living with them?
Well, first of all, Brian is the most image conscious person I've ever met in my life. He just cares so much about what other people think. It's ridiculous. For an example, that the same neighbor that we were already talking about, a few months ago, Mike and I were out in his yard playing croquet. We asked him if he wants to play, and he says, "Absolutely not. What would people think if they saw me playing such a ridiculous game?"
In not so many words, that's true. I did refuse to play croquet in public with these guys where they sit outside and smoke pipes.
What kind of pipe?
Tobacco, old man on a rocking chair pipe.
You know what the guy is? He's an archaeologist. He's into old stuff. I mean, what did you do? I mean, really.
I agree.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, the real reason we're here today, this past June, this year, I had a conference to attend in Buffalo, New York. I have at the time, it was a 1-year-old puppy boxer, which I have photos of.
And up to that point, Brian, how long had you been living with Robert with this?
We signed the lease in August of last year.
How cute. What's his name?
She's adorable. Layla, female.
Her name, Layla?
Yes.
What is she, high five? Is that what's going on here?
She does all kinds of tricks. Her repertoire consists of a high five, a lay down. She goes to bed when she's told. She's very obedient.
Oh, very sweet.
So I had a conference to attend in Buffalo, and I needed someone to watch after Layla. And Mike and Bob have both watched Layla in the past, and it's been no problem. I always throw them some money for watching her. She's very low maintenance. As long as you're home with her, take her for a walk, feed her, relieve herself. She doesn't leave the yard. She's very well trained. Mm-hmm. So Bob said he would watch her. So I said, okay, I agreed to pay him $80 for the weekend, Thursday to Sunday.
You agreed, Robert?
I did.
Go ahead.
So I had a phone call when I was in Buffalo on Friday evening from Mike, and the phone call was very simple. I came home, the front door was wide open, the stereo is on, the TV is on, there's beer cans all over the place. The front door was unlocked, my bedroom door was unlocked. Layla had a cut under her neck, which we didn't photograph, but I have the vet bill from that. There was property damage done to the house, inside and out. the stuff outside was repairable, bushes like replaced and stuff. But the items in question, the couch, mattress was urinated on. She chewed apart to see her chest, clothing, and I have photos of all that here.
What happened?
Well, let me tell you my version of how this all goes down. Like Brian said, I have known him since elementary school. We have always got along in the past, maybe not have been the best of friends, but got along pretty well. And about a year ago, I got a phone call from Mike, who I am very good friends with, asking if I would move in with them because they found a house that was a little too expensive for just the two of them. And Mike knew that I was looking for housing at the time. So I agreed. And I've been living there since, though I haven't felt comfortable in the house and haven't really spent any time there since this incident in June due to Brian's gross overreaction to this incident.
All right, so he's saying that you agreed to take care of the dog, Layla, and Layla committed all kinds of damage in the house. Layla's got a cut under her neck.
Your Honor, that day, the day after Brian left, I had a few friends over. We did a little grilling, had a couple of drinks, and then we decided to go out for the night a few hours later, and I thought that I'd put Layla in her crate properly. Apparently, that's not correct, because when I returned home at around 1:30 in the morning, Mike was there, and he said about all the damage, which obviously I could see.
You could see the damage?
Yeah, I mean, it's not all Brian's things that were damaged. I mean, I had a comforter that she dug a hole through, but I'm not suing him for that. You know, his dog damaged my
Because maybe then you'd have
blanket.
to sue yourself if you're responsible. So I get it. All right, what do you want to say?
On Friday of the weekend that Brian was away, I had been gone for the entire day. I was visiting my parents. I came home at probably 12:30 that night. The front door was open, lights on, music's blasting. There's beer all over the place. Wye River crab soup spilled all over the kitchen floor. The couch had the stuffing pulled out of it. Dining room chairs.
You don't deny any of this, Robert, do you? That there was damage?
There was damage.
I have photographs.
Yeah, good. I'll see the photographs.
And I have
Go ahead, Mike.
the vet bills with it as
Go ahead.
well.
So what do you say? What do you do?
It looked like Turner and Hooch, the dog from that movie, ran through the house. It was ridiculous. It was a mess.
She ate the furniture?
When I got home,
stuff too.
she had the stuffing
knocked
from the
the
couch.
furniture over.
She had the stuffing from the couch in her mouth.
What
so
is
you could
this?
see.
She had the evidence?
You could see that she had just been.
She probably ingested
chewing
something.
through it.
That's another rip that she pulled off one of the cushions.
Saturday morning, late Friday night, Bob came back home. I had called Brian previous to that to tell him what happened. Brian was obviously very upset. He was livid at Bob. I told him about Layla having a cut on the under part of her chin. He asked me to take her to the vet the next morning, so I called and set up an appointment.
What do you think happened under her chin, Robert?
Well, from what I heard from Mike, but from what the vet said, is that she had gotten outside and got into a little fight with another dog.
All right. Had he taken care of the dog before,
He has.
Brian?
He has in the past.
You like this dog, Robert?
I do.
Do you?
She's
Do
a
you think he
wonderful
likes your dog?
They've never had an issue. Layla is the friendliest puppy. I mean, she's...
I'm not asking if Layla likes him. I'm asking if he likes Layla.
I think so. He's always offered to take care of her in the past, and there's never been an issue.
The issue for the court is as follows. Whether or not the defendant is liable to the plaintiff for damages that the plaintiff has clearly established that occurred as a result of plaintiff's dog damaging plaintiff's property. The defendant, I'm sure, is of the opinion it's his dog did it, and therefore, what do I have to do with this? The court is of the opinion that when you take on a duty, then you have to follow through with that duty. This is a negligence case. The defendant had taken care of the dog before. There's no bad blood, although there's some rivalry going on here. I don't quite get it. But there's no bad blood between the defendant and the dog. He likes the dog. He's taken care of the dog before. He knows the dog's supposed to be crated. And to the defendant's credit, he doesn't say, I locked up the crate and he got out. He said, maybe I didn't. Okay? He's not lying to me. All right. Now, once you have a duty and you take on that duty, then you have to exercise reasonable care and follow through with the duty and not breach what is essentially an agreement. The defendant breached the agreement and his duty and was negligent by not making sure that the dog was in the crate. The damages seem to be a bit much, but the plaintiff has presented to the court the fact that he has receipts and he has photos and a veterinary bill which prove his claim. The verdict is for the plaintiff, so ordered, and I would suggest that if you have such bad feelings for the defendant, Brian, that maybe you not leave your most trusted pal with the defendant. At the end of the day, the plaintiff gets $3,070. So ordered.
I'm not sure what's going to happen with the friendship at this point. I'm not going to live with him ever again, that's for sure.
The friendship is terminated. The lease is over in August. He's out.